Good afternoon, 6-4 Owl Parents. Mr. Hagedorn here with our weekly update. A couple important dates coming up. Again, we've said this a few times. Monday, June 26th is going to be our end of the year awards and a community kind of celebration. That's going to be from 8:15 to 10:30, again on June 26th. We have EOGs coming up, and ELA EOG is exactly 2 weeks from today on June 16th. Again, June 16th is the ELA EOG, and then we have a 3-day weekend, and then June 20th is the math EOG. All right, that following Tuesday is the math EOG, June 20th. If you ordered a yearbook, those should have gone home either yesterday or today. If your child did not get a yearbook and they were supposed to, let their homeroom teacher know. If they would like a yearbook and they did not order one, there's a few extras that they can buy in the front office. They are $45 and you must pay in cash. All right, again, they're $45 if they'd like one. For math, today, all of math students took their last quiz in 6th grade, 6 plus and 6. So next week, we'll be starting our EOG review, and that'll be happening for the next 2 weeks, right up until we take our math EOG. All right, have a great weekend. Looks like we're finally going to get some nice weather, and we'll see you on Monday.
Good afternoon, 6-4 parents. As Mr. Hagedorn said, our ELA EOG is exactly 2 weeks from today on June 16th on a Friday. So I have a couple things. If your student has an incomplete for one of their literature circle grades, it will not count against them. We're going to omit that. So again, if it's incomplete, there's not a grade there, do not worry about it. It will not count against them. Our lowest grade will also be dropped in our class. So the lowest grade will be dropped from the grade book, and read theory has been introduced for extra credit. I have uploaded a slide on Google Classroom that explains the rules. So how it works is each read theory that is completed with a 70% or higher will earn 5 points. So it could be 85%, 100%, that will be worth 5 points each. So students have the opportunity to earn up to 100 points, which is also equivalent to 20 read theories. If you have any questions about that, you can reach out to me. It's also on Google Classroom, so you can take a look at the slide for yourself. And that's all I have for you guys until our EOG. So that's all we're going to be doing for next week. We're going to be practicing poetry. We're going to get into fiction, and yep. Enjoy your weekend.
All right, track 4 families. Just to reiterate, our social studies and science EOGs. Oh, wait, those don't happen. Okay, either way, this week we spent our final week on predictable patterns caused by the sun, moon, and earth. We did a little cool thing with each pattern. We said, what would happen if there was no moon? What would happen if we went off the degree tilt? What would happen if the earth stopped revolving? What would happen if the earth stopped rotating? And there's pretty cool dynamics of what the kids thought would actually happen. And then we had to make decisions what was the best and worst case scenario. And then today we started our second of 3 space units, which is actually the solar system, which is what kids think about with space. We started figuring out what's in our solar system, and that's what we're going to focus on next week. We're going to be looking at what makes it up, where are things, how big are things, all those things, everything solar system for the next 2 weeks. So as people are prepping for EOG, we're going to be learning about the solar system, which is a lot better in my opinion. Enjoy your weekend. Social studies is next.
All right, friends, little social studies update for you. We are well into our unit on the Middle Ages. We've been talking about feudalism. We've been talking about the manorial system. We've been kind of looking at early Middle Ages. We've introduced the Vikings a little bit, and that's what we've been talking about today. We'll finish that off a little bit on Monday to talk about Vikings. As you can see, our essential question is over on the screen here. Who named the days of the week? That was both the Romans and then renamed with the Vikings, including today, Friday, which is named after Frigg, one of the Viking goddesses. So we talked about that a little bit today. Next week, we're going to talk about the Black Death and the Crusades as we kind of get through the Middle Ages and then start to move into the Renaissance. And we'll talk about the different Renaissance thinkers, and we'll talk about Renaissance ideals, and we'll talk about Renaissance inventions and innovations, and then we'll get into the Protestant Reformation right at the end of the school year. So that's what we're working on. Hopefully you all have a lovely weekend. We'll talk to you next week.